Greetings and welcome to Tell It to Someone, the only show which may get interrupted by construction equipment. First question is from Detective Murdoch. You sit when you piss, I can tell, prove me wrong, prove me wrong. Well, let's see, am I a sit sprinkler? That's the question. Well, okay. Now, I face the toilet when I do that, and if I am sitting when I do that, I'd have to sort of straddle the toilet around the other way, but, so I'd be like that, but the flush button would be right in front of me, so that would be very convenient. I could flush it before I even stand up, which would be a very strange experience with everything, you know, around my ankles and stuff. Next question is from Nish Brown. Why does Pandora like boxes? Because they're full of cats. Either Schrodinger's cat or Maru. But they've all got cats in them. Even the ones that don't have cats, they've got cats. That's the rules I made up. Whistling Dust asks, do sheep get steady cling when they rub up against each other? Only if they do it right. Whoa. Glasseye asks, Dear DT, who would you rather be violated by, Homer Simpson or Peter Griffin? Well, I wouldn't know this because I'm not an animated character. If I was, I'd be this guy. Say hello. You can't say hello. I didn't animate it because I don't have time to animate that. Not this time anyway. Maybe next time. Bye. Anyway, what happens is that if I was that guy, yeah, then I would have to choose Peter Griffin. Okay, here it is. You see, on Family Guy, men have a really good chance of ending up sleeping with Meg Griffin because she's rather needy. Anyway, for me to have sex with Peter Griffin, I would have to be on Family Guy. And if I was on Family Guy, I'd be able to crack onto Meg Griffin, which is my only chance of sleeping with Mila Kunis. Next question is from William Tipbequer. Question: have you ever tried to diagnose cartoon characters with psychiatric disorders? What would you think a psychologist would say about you? He'd say nice sweater vest. But, you know, I just did, like, you know, diagnose a cartoon character with a psychiatric disorder, if that psychiatric disorder was being horny. Next question is from you, James, 1978 Forever. Who would win a fight between a potato and a sprig of broccoli, and exactly how stupid was that question? And if you murdered a duck while playing cricket, would that be foul play? Exactly how bad was that pun, and how would the cricket feel? Personally, I'd make all of this a moot point by cooking them all and having them for lunch, including the cricket. Crunchy. Ask Obama. Next question is from Chithonius. I think. What would you say if this was the last question? Well, I wouldn't say this. What if what has a better actual chance of being inducted in Mensa? Ian Juby or Ian Juby's hat? Well, Ian Juby is this, for everybody who doesn't know, is this creationist guy who believes he is a geologist. Construction equipment. Anyway, he is the only person in the world who gets away with wearing fishing gear, and that makes him actually smarter. So if you're this kind of person for whom fishing gear actually makes you look smarter, either you are really, really, really dumb, or you are incredibly smart and know that this piece of fishing gear is actually going to make you look smarter because of some tiny quirk of nature that makes you that makes you look intelligent in fishing gear. Yeah, he's just dumb. Next question comes from Hibiminal. What kind of question would you like to have like to be asked? That's difficult. Well, here's one. Eminem #1 fan has a rhetorical question. What kind of question is this? Ferefly4F4 asks the last question for today. Last week I asked a perfectly cromulent question about how to test whether or not the galaxy has been destroyed or recreated due to the ultimate answer in question to life of the universe and everything being known at the same time, and how to do this without hitchhiking around the galaxy. But it wasn't answered last week. You said you had run out of questions. Would you care to answer last week's question, and why did you miss it last week? Well, what happened was, within that question, I accidentally slightly rephrased it in such a way, and then answered it in such a way as to destroy the universe, and it came back as something very slightly weirder, and that meant it was deleted from the MP3 player I was using last week, this one here, and that's why I forgot to include it. You believe me? You believe me? And that's it for Telephone 1 for this week. If you would like to ask me a question down there. And here is your dovetail question for this week. And here is your last week's dovetail question here. I'm dangerously talented, and oh, we cut to black, not black, that thing, papery thing, so you could read last week's dovetail questions. Oh, here's some construction equipment noise. Wasn't that fun, folks? Wasn't that fun? Right, I'm dangerously talented, and I don't have a cool sign-off.